Lisa.
And I'm Rasheida. And
We're the Bennett's.
So
Hey, guys. I'm silly. She's silly. Hey, guys. We came tonight because thank you for sending in your questions, first of all. And actually, before we get started, if this is your first time tuning in, please hit the subscribe button
and the notification.
And the notification bell so you'll know every time we drop a new episode. We drop them regularly on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Central.
7 p.m.
But we do some other little tidbits during the week. And then the upcoming week, while we all are quarantined for this coronavirus thing, we're probably going to drop a lot more episodes and just some fun stuff to keep everybody entertained. But anyway, tonight we want to talk about a topic that's kind of comical to us because one of the viewers, thank you so much for submitting your questions. Feel free to continue doing that. But one of the viewers sent in a question that said, could we please share the story of how we met? Our versions of them smiling are very different.
Stop. She gonna tell you her version. I'm gonna tell you the truth. So I'll let her go first.
I don't remember how we met. So it's kind of crazy. All right, so yeah, because we met, but then we didn't really met. No, so okay. So we had before we actually introduced, sort of with the purposes of dating, which was, I'll get to why it's kind of weird. People had, on various occasions prior to us making face-to-face contact, we had been in some situations where they tried to hook us up, set us up. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't at that point in my life ready to be set up.
Me neither.
I guess she wasn't either. So anyway, we had a bunch of missed opportunities, and we found out later years that it were even opportunities that happened before that setup. So anyway, so here's how the real story goes, I suppose. I had been in a long-term relationship. I had started dating other people. It ended, and I was dating other folks, and really just enjoying my single bachelor-ish kind of life and jet setting all over the place and having a good time. But I still liked relationships for the most part and wanted to be in one. Just wasn't ready. It was painful. It's always painful in the relationship, no matter whose fault it is, if you will, whether you just grow apart. So anyway, I wasn't ready to be committed to a relationship at that point. But some friends of mine, it was a real cold Friday night in February. End of February. March. Okay, March. Beginning of March. Anyway, the point is, it was a transitional week. They drugged me out to an event. And it was basketball season. And so if you know anything about me, I love basketball. And we were it's not really a club, but it was a bar / it had a dance on one side. It was a social event. Dance on one side and a bar on the other side. And people were socializing on the dance part of the venue. And I was in the bar watching the game. So a friend and I were sitting at the game. And this young lady, out of the blue, just Miss Social Too Much Butterfly, comes over to us while I'm deep into the game and, hey, how you doing? And my name is Rasheida. And at the time, I didn't know what her name was. But she was, how you doing? And you look like you don't know somebody, so let me introduce you to people. And I was just like, I'm watching the game. I don't want to be introduced to nobody. I want you to leave me alone. Go away. Shoot, fly. And I kind of did it like that and bounced. And so the friend that was sitting with me said, what's wrong with you? Are you crazy? Did you see that girl? And I was just like, no, man, I'm watching the game. I ain't thinking about this girl. So needless to say, the game ended, and I went back on the social side of the venue, and I was watching people dance. And I said, oh, man, there's this girl over there, and she's dancing. Oh, I gotta meet her. And so the friend that I was with in the bar goes, are you some kind of fool? And I was like, well, what's the problem? Why you playing me? She said, that's the girl. You just threw your hand up in her face. And I was like, that's not the same girl. It's not the same girl. She's like, oh, yes, it is. So we had another friend, Robin Smith. Thank you, by the way, Robin. Hopefully you're watching. Robin Smith said, oh, I know her.
Oh, don't forget to shout out your friend.
I did shout out my friend.
And Barbara.
Well, Barbara was the one who was like, you fool, you threw your head up in the girl's face. So Robin Smith said, I know her. She's wonderful, etc., etc. You should really meet her. She said, but I said, well, introduce me. She said, why would you introduce me? She said, because Barbara already told me you threw your head up in the girl's face. I'm not going out like that. So anyway, I persuaded Robin to, Rasheida was leaving. And I persuaded Robin to stop her from leaving the event.
Don't mess up my line, so let me say.
Because I wanted to talk with her. And so Robin, it happened, it just so happened as Rasheida was trying to leave, another young lady stepped into her pathway and they started to have a conversation. So I'm going to stop right there to see if that's accurate by her account. Is that accurate so far?
You are alright. So let me give you my version of all of that.
Oh, Lord.
So yes, it's an event. And at this event, it happens to be my sister-in-law's event. She's like, Rasheida, I need you to do you. I need you to be the social butterfly. I need you to introduce people. I need you to be their wingman. I was like, oh, I could do that. I was like, but wait, what's my payment? She was like, all the tequila you can drink. I was like, that's good payment. I'll take it. So, now, mind you, I've had about 3-4 shots in, and I'm going around talking to other people. Hi, my name is Rasheida. Welcome to the event. It's the first Fridays. If you're mingling with anybody, if you see somebody that catches your eye, let me know. I'll be your wingman.
And she was talking just like that. Wait.
And I'm just like, okay, so let's do this. So I go around and make my rounds, and I get to this one. And she told her story. It was correct. She put her hand all up on my face. She was like, the game is on. And I was just like, now, mind you, had I not had a couple of shots, I would have been like, you get your hand off my face. But I was like, it ain't phase me. I was like, I'm good.
Sweet.
Anyways, so as she said, the party went on. The night ended, and I was speaking to a friend of mine I hadn't seen in a long time. This was me actually coming out of another relationship, and I was also trying to kind of figure myself out and just be out and be social. So I'm out there and I'm having a good time, and I'm talking to my friend I hadn't seen in a long time. Girl, yeah, how you doing, girl? We good, yeah. She's like, girl, give me your number. I was like, yeah, we got to get together and chill and hang out and have some cocktails. She was like, yes. So as I give her my number, and I'm facing her, and I turn around and I run like smack dab into Lisa, like, pow. And she was like, excuse you. Now, mind you, I'm still a little tipsy. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
So can I interject a little piece like this? Because I was brilliant. I purposely cornered her so that she'd have to hit me because I had already messed up. There was no other way for me to get her attention. So when she turned around, she smacked me in the chest, and I was like, excuse you? How you gonna be all rude, punch me in my chest? You interrupt my game, and now you're gonna punch me in my chest? And she said, I'm so sorry. I was like, yes, I got her.
Okay, so that happens.
So I asked her for her autograph.
And I said, what? My what? She was like, your autograph. Isn't that what you gave your friend? I was like, no. I gave her my number.
I was like, well, give it to me then. Let's just write it down. What's the problem?
See, here you go. You messing up my damn story. You messing up my story. That's not how it happened.
He loves to tell his line. Go ahead.
Because it's so smooth. Like, if I was single, I would definitely use it. Damn, she always messing up something. Okay, so what she said was, she said, can I get your autograph? And isn't that what you gave her? I was like, no, I just gave her my number. She was like, that'll do. And I was like,
she just want to explain to y'all how she fell for it. That's all.
Just like play me like that, but it was so cool and so smooth. I was like, aha, you fired. But you about to get rehired again in a minute, okay? So, and I gave her my number. Now I get home and get settled in, and I was like, yo, that was a really nice person I met. She seemed mad cool, okay. The next morning, it's about early. It's like 7 or 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I thought it was earlier than that. So I went home, she went home, and about 6 o'clock in the morning, I go, fool, you can't call this girl at no 6 o'clock in the morning. And by the way, we exchanged numbers. She gave me hers, I gave her mine. But I didn't think, whatever, So I said to myself, I can't. It's 6 o'clock. I was excited. That little conversation we had was really nice, and so
The second one.
when I called, so I was trying to call, and it was like 6 o'clock. And I was like, I can't do that. So about 7-ish, my phone rang. Would you like to take it from there?
You got it.
My phone rang, and we talked and talked and talked, and we agreed to go to lunch.
Now, what time was lunch?
So, lunch was supposed to be at 1 p.m. the next, that afternoon. I was a bit excited and overzealous.
A bit ain't the word. A lot. This much excited.
About 2 hours early, excited.
Who goes to a date 2 hours early?
So I arrived at her house, at her place
At 11. She was like, I was like, I thought we said 1. She was like, oh, I got my ones mixed up.
But she had on the cutest little towel.
It's 11 o'clock. You get in the shower. So you got your outfit and you got to do your face and your hair. Hello, that's the right time to
So
get in the shower.
I had seen her with and without makeup at that point. So I go, now I got to find, I'm embarrassed. I got to find something to do for 2 hours. So I go to we have a place called Delta Sonic. I go clean out my cars, do extra little stuff to keep myself busy. And I come back and I pick her up. And that first date, wow, we went to lunch, we went to dinner, we went to breakfast, and
then back to lunch.
And then I took her home.
And then she took me home.
And so it's kind of been interesting after that. You don't want to hear about that first year. Oh my God, that's a whole nother video.
It's a whole nother video.
But anyway, for the most part, 20 years later, it's been pretty good. Has its bumps and bruises.
In which any marriage, and every marriage does.
Those first couple years was bumpy and bruisey. And actually, it would be cool to actually... What are you smelling your hair? Bumpy and bruisey?
Bumpy and bruisey.
Bumpy and bruisey. When we actually got married, and I will tell you about this too, because our wedding did not happen when it was supposed to. It got postponed. So that's part of the bumpy and bruisey. And that's a whole nother show, so we'll share that because I think it's hilarious in hindsight, not at the time. But a wonderful friend of ours, Chandra McKenzie, wrote this awesome poem for our wedding that sort of summarizes that. So that's how we met. That's how we met. Needless to say, again, some of the funnier things is that once we did get together, we started talking, and certain people would see us out. Like, you dating who? I've been trying to introduce you to her forever. I was like,
my goodness.
I'm sorry, I did, Kim, okay?
Okay, so I'm going to say this. My niece, Tramika, I love you. She was trying to hook me up with her boyfriend's then boyfriend, now husband.
Brother's
godmother.
And we were going,
I'm not letting no little kids, hook me up with somebody.
And so my godson was saying, my friend Tramika has this aunt. Nah, no thank you, no thank you. Then we had another friend years before that, Paul Boutte, who was trying to introduce us, and we kind of stood each other up a couple times, and that didn't work. But finally, we found our way and have we've been together ever since. Whatever. So that is the how we met story. I do want to come back and share the wedding. I'm going to call it the wedding follies.
Wedding part 1 and 2.
Right. The rewind, repeat.
Remix.
So anyway, that's how we met. If you got any other questions, please send them in. And again, if this is your first time, be sure that you subscribe. Subscribe. The button is down in this corner, I think. 1 or 2 corners. Just subscribe.
Hit that notifications button so that every single time we post something, you get notified.
Thank you for joining us, and we will catch you on the next edition of Lisa and Rasheida.
Peace.